Have you wondered what life, like for the samurai, Arnold swords, and Asian traditions wait, subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss a thing. Rolling the tape.
The word samurai comes from the Japanese verb subarao, which means to serve. In ancient times, samurais were not the noble, sword-wielding warriors of popular imagination. They were local, adorned and guards hired by powerful families to protect their territories from rival clans and bandits. As Japan entered a more militarized society, these protectors gradually became a professional warrior class, forming alliance with powerful nobles and take on increasingly political roles. The concept of Bushido, or the way of the warrior, became the ethical backbone of the samurai identity. This code of conduct emphasized virtues such as loyalty, honor, courage, discipline, and inner peace. Over time, the samurai came to embody not just military strength, but a philosophy of life rooted in spiritual and moral values. While samurais were highly skilled in combat, the sense of honor and ethical responsibility was even more important. Bushido required absolute loyalty to one's lord, control of emotions, and the readiness to die if necessary. One of the most extreme expressions of Bushido was seppuku, ritual suicide, performed when a samurai lost honor through defeat or betrayal. Rather than life in shame, a true samurai chose to die with dignity. This intense focus on the self-discipline led many samurais to pursue intellectual and artistic paths. Some became poets, monks, painters, or even ceremony masters. Their social status in Japanese society was higher, ranked just below the nobility and above peasants, merchants, and artisans. The samurai was not just a fighter, he was a ideal of moral behavior and personal refinement. In early Japanese history, becoming a samurai was possible through military training and allegiance to a powerful lord. However, this changed under the Tokugawa shogunate, which came to power in 1603. The Tokugawa regime formalized the samurai as a hereditary class. Only the sons of samurais could become samurais, and the profession became legally restricted. This policy helped stabilize the region or social hierarchy of feudal Japan, with the emperor and shogun at the top, followed by the samurais, the farmers, artisans, and merchants. Despite the power and the privileges, many samurais faced economic difficulties, especially in times of peace, when their military skills were less in demand. Still, they remained cultural icons of honor, discipline, and sacrifice. The origins of the samurai class are still debated among historians. Some believe they were influenced by the Emishi, an indigenous people of northern Japan known for their warrior traditions. The Emishi were skilled horsemen and archers who resisted early Japanese imperial expansion. Over time, their fighting techniques may have influenced the development of the samurai. Other scholars suggest that the rise of local militias in the countryside during the Heian period, 794-1185, laid the foundation for the samurai class. These early warriors protected rural lands from bandits and rival clans, gradually gaining more power and autonomy from the imperial court. By the late Han period, the samurai were not just bodyguards. They were political actors in their own right. The first official samurai-led government began in the late 992, when Minamoto no Yoritomo was appointed shogun by the emperor, establishing the Kamakura shogunate. This marked the beginning of nearly 700 years of military rule in Japan. The samurai class grew in political importance, managing land, collecting taxes, and enforcing laws. They no longer served just as protectors of noble families. They became the ruling class themselves. However, power struggles were common. The reign of Emperor Go-Daigo in the 14th century, attempting to start imperial rule, leading to civil wars and the temporary weakening of shogunate. Although he succeeded in overthrowing the Kamakura shogunate in 1333, his new government failed to maintain stability, allowing the military leader to seize control. After the fall of the first shogunate, regional when lords, known as daimyos, gained influence. These powerful figures, often with Persian origins, controlled territories and private armies. Many daimyos challenged the traditional samurai elite, seeking greater autonomy. However, the power was short-lived. In 1336, Ashikaga Takauji, a former samurai general, established the Ashikaga shogunate, restoring military rule and reasserting the dominance of the samurai class. This period, known as the Muromachi era, saw a flourish of arts and culture, including of the development of no theater, Iken painting, and the Zen Buddhism, all deeply connected to samurai values of simplicity, discipline, and meditation. The decline of the samurai was not sudden. It was a slow erosion that unfolded over centuries. After the unification of Japan under Tokugawa shogunate in 1603, the country entered a long period of peace known as the Edo period. Without constant warfare, the samurai's military role diminished and became bureaucrats, teachers, or advisors in the new political system. Still, they maintain the symbolic status, continuing to end the traditional swords, daisho, and upholding the Bushido code. But economic problems plagued the class. Samurai were often forbidden from engaging in commerce, and their stipends from pharaoh lords became insufficient. Some fell into poverty, while others sold their souls to survive. As modernization progressed, the role became increasingly ceremonial. The true end of the samurai came with the major restoration, 1868, seeking to modernize and centralize Japan. The new major government abolished the feudal system, dissolved the samurai class, and created a national army open to all citizens. The right to carry swords was revoked, and samurai lost their privileged lands and political power. Many former samurais resisted these changes, most notably in Satsuma Rebellion of 1877, led by legendary Saigon Takamori. Despite the bravery, the rebellion was crushed by the imperial army using modern rifles and artillery. This final defeat symbolized the end of the samurai as a ruling force. However, the legacy endured in Japanese culture, inspired a generation with their stories of loyalty, sacrifice, and moral strength. The samurai were not just warriors, they were philosophers, artists, and cultural icons. They journeyed from rural gods to political leaders, and finally to cultural legends, rituals, and much about the evolution of Japanese society. Though their souls have long been put to rest, the values continue to influence Japanese identity in global fascination with honor, discipline, and inner peace. Today, the image of the samurai lives on through books, films, martial arts, and the enduring Bushido spirit. They remind us that the true strength lies not only in the blade, but in the heart and the mind of the one who wields it.